Today we will be showing you how to operate and set up the handicap equipment, the ICX machine. Your case will come delivered. There's a picture on the top on how it should be packed. You will unpack it. You should have a surge protector. You should have the remote unit to operate the ballot marking system. You have some cords, headphone. The two other components are the printer which you will set on the table facing outward, and the monitor. And you will place the monitor as such facing outward. At this point, you need to get your envelope, which is inside your case in the morning. Right here it says the contents of the envelope. 4 pieces of paper marked test ballot. Please check everything in the morning so you have your test ballot papers. Next, 10 voter cards, 5 for each precinct. We have voter cards for precinct 16, and the voter cards for precinct 17. We are using a handicap machine that is going to be used at 2 precincts. It also says a poll worker card. There's 1 poll worker card there. 2 small envelopes to put test ballots in. These are small envelopes. You will place your test ballots in after you have completed them. You will seal these envelopes up and they will be placed in your ballot container. There should be 2 seals. We are providing you with 2 seals. You'll have to seal the bottom of the panel. We're giving you an extra one just in case. Blank papers. These are your ballots that you will insert on the back of the printer. And finally, your instructions and voting procedures for the ICX Voter Assist Terminal. Please make sure you have all these items first thing in the morning. If you do not, call the city clerk's office as soon as possible. We will now begin to set up the equipment. This is the power cord. You'll take the power cord, and there are actually 2 power cords. One that goes to the bottom of the printer, and there are 2 separate distinct hookups, so you'll easily be able to tell. So this one goes to the back of the printer, and this power cord gets plugged into the back of the monitor. Once you have plugged those 2 in, you will plug it into your surge protector. As such, plug your surge protector into an outlet or extension cord, whatever you need at your particular precinct. Make sure your surge protector is on. Once the power cords are plugged into the surge protector, the next thing you will do is to connect the monitor to the printer. It is this fitting, and it goes at the top of the printer, and the other fitting, which looks like a telephone connection, if you remember the old telephone connections, goes into the back of the ATI unit as such. You will then plug in the headphones in the front of the unit. On the right-hand side, this says audio. Your equipment is now plugged in and ready to be powered up. At this point, the first thing to do is to power up the monitor. After you have checked the serial number against the serial number on your poll book to make sure that you have the correct unit, you will cut the seal. You will unseal it. The easiest way to find the power button is to turn the unit sideways, open the access door. The power button is located on the right-hand side, and hopefully you will be able to see. You depress the power button, hold it in for a couple seconds, it turns green, and you could see that the unit is powering up. At this point, you must reseal the access door. So carefully make sure all the wires are inside. Close the access door. Use the seal that was provided to you. Seal it up. Note the seal number and record this new seal number on the back page of your poll book. There is a spot here which says replacement number used to seal ICX. Handicap assist terminal after powering on the unit. Place that seal number there. 2 election workers must sign that. Very important, folks, that you do this. At this point, the monitor is on. You'll set the monitor in place. Try to arrange your wires so they are neatly tucked away so somebody can't pull the unit off as they're using it. And the next thing you need to do is to turn on the printer. The printer, as you see on the front, has a power button on the upper right-hand side. It'll really take just a short minute to boot up. And once it boots up, you see the flashing lights. It says load paper. The printer is never, the unit is never fully set up until there's paper loaded. So simply, you're going to want to drop this door, pull this out, and you're going to take your test ballot and you're going to lay your test ballot in the printer. And it now says ready. So we'll put the unit back. And your unit is now ready to be opened and to run your first test ballot. Okay. Now you're ready to open up the polls. You'll simply insert your poll worker card. We'll put the PIN number in. It should change on every election. We'll use the PIN number for the last election. We'll click Login. You'll decrypt the files. That happens rapidly. You'll select the tabulator. You want to make sure we're in precinct 16 and 17. So you want to find the correct tabulator, precinct 16 and 17. Select that. If this is not checked, make sure that's checked. Make sure English is checked, and then click Open the poll. Warning, the printer is not ready for the poll worker for assistance. Okay. Even though we have everything hooked up and we have paper in there, this message should not come up, but if it does, you simply remove your poll worker card, put it back in, put your login again, and you're ready to go. Before you allow a voter to vote, you must do a test ballot. If you are at a precinct that has more than one polling location, both precincts must do a test ballot. So here for precinct 16 and 17, we must do a test ballot. We'll demonstrate with a precinct 17 card. It's the voter card. You will take the voter card, you will place the voter card in, successful login. Do not remove your card during the voting session. Continue to ballot selection. You can either use the touch screen, which I like personally, or the controller. Accessible voting mode, you're going to want to make sure that that's on. That allows you to operate the ATI unit. Vote in English. Please select your preferred device, the ATI. Okay, party selection. For this election, we do not have parties, so you'll select nonpartisan. And you must press it twice if you're not using the ATI. Okay. For your test ballot, you do not want to vote any of the races. This is the old one, the mayor, and then we have the council. So you do not want to vote anything. You just want to click review. And it says no selection made for mayor, no selection made. That's what you would like. You do not want to make any selection. You simply print ballot. Warning, you have not made all your choices. Are you sure you want to print your ballot? Say yes. Print your ballot. And you have printed your test ballot. At this point, you simply want to fold the test ballot up. You want to make sure it says blank contest, that no votes were made. As long as you have done that, you want to fold that up. Find the appropriate envelope. We have precinct 17, general elections, seal and place test ballot in ballot bag. So you'll put this test ballot in here, seal it up, put some Scotch tape over it, maybe even sign the back of it, and put it in your ballot bag. And this will be returned to City Hall in your ballot bag with the used ballots and unused ballots. As you know, these cards are one use time. You cannot use it once you have used it on a test ballot or a voter has used it. It is not available to be used anymore. So you simply want to put your used cards in the envelope that everything else came in the morning. That way you know which are used, which are not. Okay, at this point, we have 4 voter cards left. At such time where you're down to 2, please contact the clerk's office. We will come out, we will gather the cards, and we will reburn the cards so they will be available for you to use again. Also remember, there's only one poll worker card for both precincts, so you need to keep track of this. Chairman decide who's going to keep it and who's going to have it available when somebody needs to go to vote. As you see, warning, printer is not ready. Contact the poll worker for assistance. If somebody else would want to vote now, the poll worker will have to put in the poll worker card, Put in the code again, log in, and you see it still says printer is not ready. So if the next voter comes, you would take a piece of paper, simply put it in there. It says ready on the printer. Put your poll worker card in there. Log in and insert your activation card into the card reader. It's now ready for the next voter to vote. You would have a voter card, they could put that in there and they would be able to vote. This is the process for opening and testing the ICX machine in the morning. At the end of the night, once the polls are closed, you're sure there are no more voters, and while you're packing up your equipment, the first thing you're going to want to do is tilt the unit, and you're going to want to cut your seal that you placed early this morning. Open the panel door and shut the unit down. Hold the button until the green light goes off. The unit is now powered down. You're going to want to take this seal, put it in your black bag where you put the seal that you cut off the ICP tabulator machine, and also where you put your memory cards in there. So you're going to put that seal that you cut inside here. It's now time to start packing the unit up. Once again, you will not have these envelopes. They should be in your ballot bag. If they're not, make sure they are sealed and in your ballot bag. You're going to want to take any paper you have not used. Test ballot paper, we provided you with extra. So anything you have not used, take that along with your instructions. Put that back in the envelope along with the poll worker card and unused voter cards. So you have packed up all your supplies. And it's now time to take down the machine. You're going to want to take and unplug. First of all, shut off the printer. Once again, that power button is on the front panel. So you're going to want to flip this down, slide it down, close the panel, hit the power button, and hold it in until it shuts down. You're going to want to unplug the connections, the connection from the monitor, and the power cord. You're going to shut your surge protector off, unplug two from there, and your surge protector. You'll unplug the headphones from the ATI unit. You'll unplug the connection. Remember, that's like the old phone connections. You'll depress that little plastic clip in, take that out, and finally unplug the power cord from the monitor. You're going to want to pack this up exactly the way it came. If you can see, there is a picture on the front. Please pay attention. Several units came back packed inappropriately. They need to be packed exactly the way we showed you for the protection of this equipment to make sure that nothing breaks. So you're going to take your printer, and once again the printer has these little wings on both sides. So you're going to want to fit the printer in with the back facing the back of the cage. You fit those wings right in there, and the printer goes as such. You're going to take your computer monitor. Remember, you have these two cords that are attached. So you will take them, wind these cords together. I believe we give them to you wrapped with a rubber band. Hopefully you've kept that rubber band, kind of wrap them up. And this unit has to be placed very carefully in the unit to make sure that it is secured. So you're going to put the base in with the base facing back. The monitor will drop in right into those two spots, and just as such, make sure it is down, and you have placed the monitor in correctly. If this access door is not closed properly, it will not fit in that slot. So make sure that that access door is closed properly. Make sure that we don't lose any power cords. There should be two power cords. One for the monitor, one for the printer. And you'll wind them up. Hopefully there would be a rubber band. And you'll rubber band that up, and you'll place that right in that spot there. The headphones, carefully wrap them up. They can be placed anywhere conveniently in the back there. As you see, there was kind of a little crevice, and I placed it right behind the monitor. Your ATI unit, please place that back in the box. And put that in the slot behind the printer. And finally, your instructions. Please put that on top. As you can see, this is the proper placement of all the equipment. Simply close the top. If everything is in place correctly, this top will slide down very easily and lock. If you're having trouble getting it down, something is improperly placed. And you are done for the evening with the handicap machine. So very simply, this is the operation. Please review it. If you have any questions, please call the clerk's office and we'll be happy to go over any questions or concerns you have. Thank you very much for watching this video.